Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Noble and welcome to the channel, and in today's video we are going to be reviewing the Elder Scrolls Online's latest update 28, the Markarth DLC. It has been here for a couple of days now. It hasn't launched on consoles yet. That will happen on November 10th, so just about a week from now. Sorry console players, but this review slash first impressions is going to be for everyone. Nothing's going to really change. There will be no story spoilers or anything like that, so don't worry. We are just going to be going over some of the new arena changes, the explorable zones, and the overall quality of life changes that have been added to the game, and what that means for the Elder Scrolls Online going forward into 2021. So if that interests you, you guys like the Elder Scrolls Online, then you're going to want to hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. I have just decided to move over to Elder Scrolls Online full time. I've been playing the game for about 6 or 7 months now and have finally completed the switch. So if you want to see all things ESO, hit that subscribe button. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this Markarth DLC. So I want to start off the video by saying, if you are new to the Elder Scrolls Online, this is not like your typical expansion type content. They have the big expansion in the summer, then they have about 3 little DLCs that usually include dungeons, new zones, and other things like that throughout the rest of the year. So if you're trying to compare this to an expansion level type, don't do it, because that's not realistic, not really viable in this case. With the Markarth DLC, you've got 2 new zones. You have the Reach and the Caverns. Obviously, that's packed full of new quest characters and challenges, and it also concludes the Dark Heart of Skyrim storyline. So if you've been playing for the whole year, we finally get to the end of what's been going on, and in terms of story, that is been tied up really nicely in a bow. Again, not going to give you any spoilers here, but I have actually really enjoyed finishing the story. I'm almost done. I think I have maybe an hour worth of questing left before I've completed it, but I have nothing but good things to say about the story. So for all of you people who want to have some full immersion, you are not going to be let down with the story. There's also a lot of new rewards, including item sets, achievements, and collectibles, and what's probably got most people excited to play this update is the new Solar Arena. It is the Vatersron Hollows. That is by far some of the hardest solo content in the game, even on normal. You're going to be watching it on the screen right now, but I have not been able to complete the last boss before the final boss. There are basically 3 mini trials, and then there's going to be a big final boss at the end. I have completed 2 out of the 3. Now, I've been a PvPer for many years, so I've just decided to now start dabbling in PvE, and I am having a horrible time fighting the Magma Queen. It's the last little trial area that I have to complete, and I have not been able to get it done. So if you're someone who is new into PvE, I would not suggest this be your first experience with it. It is very frustrating, very hard, but I don't mean frustrating in a way that oh, don't play it, it's crap. Very frustrating in the sense that if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't have a common understanding of PvE and gear and how to properly optimize it, you're gonna give yourself a headache. I have not properly optimized my gear because, like I said, I mostly have PvP builds, and I am not used to needing a PvE build. So I am going to be, slowly building my characters for PvE because I've really been enjoying, some of the trials, and I really want to get this cleared on both normal and veterans. So be looking for that stuff in the future. But if you're interested in trying out this arena, go and look at, I would say, Allcast. He has some good guides for what you could do in terms of gear to get ready for that kind of thing. If you've played Maelstrom Arena, then it's going to be similar to that. A lot of false god stuff going on there, so I will link that in the description if you're interested in checking that out. There are a lot of new, quality of life improvements that really make this game kind of flow a little bit more, and one of those things is pretty much the ability to recollect or reconstruct collected sets. So with the update 28, you can now add hundreds of ESO's items to your collections UI, and then reconstruct them at a cost for the transmutation crystals from any transmute station, like the one in Clockwork City. So if you deconstruct something in, crafting. It will get added to your collections, and if you actually need to go back and get it, you can reconstruct it for a cost of, whatever amount of transmute crystals, you may need. So I actually really like this. I'm keen to see how many people end up using the reconstruction part. I'm sure it'll be a decent amount of people, but this is really nice if you accidentally destroy something. If it is something you didn't want to deconstruct, but you're in the middle of crafting, then this is actually pretty cool because you can just go back and spend, transmute crystals to get things, reconstructed. I have not checked this out in depth. I don't know where it applies to, mythics and whatnot, but I would assume that it pretty much goes for most things in this game. So that is something that I didn't know was coming in the DLC, but it was a nice little surprise for me. There's also been some minor crafting UI improvements, but I don't really need to go through all of that. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen that on your own. I thought I would spend more time talking about the new arena, but that will be kind of a separate video on its own. But it's going to basically come down to this, if we're going to give Markarth a grade, this is the final DLC for the year. How does it tie in to the rest of the story? How does it feel for the rest of ESO and the Dark Heart of Skyrim theme? My honest opinion of this DLC, I would give it a 7 out of 10. And this is mainly because of me being mainly a PvPer. I know there are a lot of other game changes, like we can't forget, the different changes to sets and nerfs to classes like Nightblades and stuff, so I don't want to say that, oh, nothing has been done for PvP. I don't think those changes were intended for PvP. I really feel like people who make games like this kind of focus on the PvE community, because that's usually the biggest part, and then adjust accordingly from there. But I would have liked to see something a little bit more come out from PvP. They did bring back group queuing for Battlegrounds, which in my opinion they should have never gotten rid of in the first place, but I understand why they had to do it. But I'm glad that's back. So on a positive, we can now group together with friends in Battlegrounds, which is going to be a lot of fun, especially for me and my friends. So good on them for bringing that back. I just would have liked to see more in that area. Hopefully next year they add some more Battlegrounds, maybe different maps for Chaos Ball and Deathmatch and all the other, game modes that, Battlegrounds has to offer. I'll be very excited to see all of that. But with that, guys, that's going to do it for my review of the Markarth DLC. What do you guys think if you've played it? I want to know in the comments down below. Be sure to check the pinned comment for the question of the day. If you haven't done Markarth yet, what are you most excited to, play? Whether it's the story, the arena, the quality of life improvements, the group battlegrounds. I want to hear about it all in the comment section down below. But guys, that's going to do it for me. Thanks again so much for watching. My name is Noble. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more ESO content, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later.